on Friday, February 3rd, broadcast live on ESPN Plus. We'll get a chance to see a very competitive match in the super lightweight division between Arnold Barboza Jr. and Jose Pedraza. This will be a 10-round fight, but I think that both men are going to bring the best out of each other. This is one of those crossroads fights where you're going to see competitiveness like you love in the sport of boxing. And there's so much more to talk about. So let's get right down to it. Barboza Jr. versus Pedraza is going to be broadcast as an undercard matchup for the main event of Navarette versus Wilson on Friday, February 3rd, tomorrow, 2023, from Glendale, Arizona. The bout will be broadcast live on ESPN Plus and ESPN. And this is a card that should have some interesting matchups and battles, as the 31-year-old Barboza Jr. takes on the 33-year-old Jose Pedraza, two fighters that I said were in a crossroads match. And this is going to determine who will ascend toward a title shot. Again, meaning like the fact that Barboza is looking to become a world champion. Pedraza is looking to make a turn in his career in an upward trajectory. But the main event is equally as important, because Emmanuel Navarette is going to be taking on Liam Wilson for his WBO Junior Lightweight Championship. But I have to tell you people, when you see fights like this, you have to understand that the combatants are coming to lay it all on the line. And I believe that Barboza is going to be there to do just that. Even though his KO percentage in the number of fights that he's fought isn't where Pedraza's is, he still seems to pack a little bit more than Pedraza. The southpaw Pedraza looks to box his opponents keep them turning, look crafty and classy. But Barboza is looking to get in there and to be aggressive and to take things straight to his opponent. So there's going to be a little bit of give and take there. And there's nothing wrong with that, because this is a contrast of styles. And at the same time, that contrast of styles could make for a more compelling battle. The fact that the fight is an undercard fight, it's a co-main, it's going to give us a chance to get warmed up for the main event. But I have to tell you, Barboza enters with a record of 27 wins, 0 losses, and 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Pedraza will come in with 29 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw, with 14 of those wins by knockout. The stats suggest that Pedraza has an advantage in power over Barboza Jr., with a 48% knockout percentage over Barboza Jr.'s 37%. And Barboza is the younger man by 2 years at being 31. We're going to have to see how the less experienced fighter in Barboza is going to cope with the craftiness of Pedraza. Will he be up for some of the tricks of the trade that he may face against Pedraza? It remains to be seen. But this is the type of battle that we can appreciate, because the two men, as I stated earlier, and the implication is that they are going to compete. In his last fight, Danielito Zorrilla, on July 15, 2022, he won by unanimous decision, did Barboza Jr. And that was a 10-round contest. Now, Pedraza, in his last fight, he had a draw with Richard Comey on the 27th of August in 2022. It was a split draw in a 10-rounder. These two men, again, are coming out with something to prove. And at the end of the day, those are the best kind of matches, because when someone has something to prove, typically someone is going to have to take a risk. And I speak about fighters taking risks all the time. Someone's going to have to step up and show that they are the man. Now let's move over to the main event. That's going to see Emmanuel Navarette taking on Liam Wilson. Now this is a fight that some of us feel that Navarette should be favored. But will Liam come to press the action? Will he look to show up and represent his country in a manner of which the UK has seen a rivalry as of late with the fighters that are coming out of Mexico? This is no different. And Navarette, who's bringing his record of 36-1 into the ring, he is on a mission. He didn't take the fight against Shakur Stevenson, so he's going to have to try to prove himself in this fight that he's a legitimate champion, because people are questioning, why didn't you fight Shakur? 30 of those wins are coming by way of knockout. And Liam is making his way into the ring with a record of 11 wins, 1 loss, and 7 of those wins are by knockout. He hasn't as many fights as Navarette, but he's going to have to prove he's just not another opponent in this fight. And that's going to be difficult, because Navarette has a lot going for him at this time. Even though he's the shorter fighter by 2 inches at the age of 28 with a 72-inch reach, Liam is 26 He has an age advantage and a height advantage at 5'9", but only a 70.1 inch reach. Now, will Liam be able to execute enough to make the difference against Navarette? I don't believe so. I believe with the devastating hooks and uppercuts that Navarette throws from mid-range and can catch opponents at a distance because he has the longer reach, that will be a problem for Liam. But it's still going to make for a compelling fight, because one thing you can't measure is a fighter's heart and his determination. And that's where this fight will kind of separate itself from what the casuals may think, oh, this guy should beat that guy easily. But I still favor Emmanuel Navarette. And let's just face it, he's Top Rank's baby at the moment, especially at the junior lightweight division. Since Shakur has moved up, there are a number of fights that can be made for him there, and Bob Arum is currently working on that. And we'll have to see, is Liam just the opponent, or is he being brought in to really cause some kind of ruckus? I believe the former. What do you think? Do you think that Liam is going to perform up to the level of other Liams in the past when coming across to the U.S. soil? Or will he not and be better? Your guess is as good as mine. That's why we're going to tune in and see the fight. This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are. And do you feel that these two events on the same card are going to entertain as much as I do? Leave comments and let's discuss. And tune in. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.